God bless everyone. Today we're going to be talking about quarrels, arguments, fighting words, attack words, whichever word you use to describe a disagreement. It happens to all of us, right? We are not going to see eye to eye in everything that we talk about, and everything that we do. Our experiences, right, and the plans that we have definitely play a big role, a big part in how we see things and how we do things. We also have pet peeves, the small things that have to be done a certain way, that you want it to be a certain way. Because if those things are not done the way you want them, then you can go into a fit. Not necessarily into a rage, but maybe not. Depends on the person. So, for example, you might organize all the things inside of a refrigerator. Right? You're organizing things inside of a refrigerator, and in that refrigerator, you like things to be facing forward. The labels need to be facing forward so you can quickly see, boom, 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 this is what it is, right? And so you put everything facing forward, right? But somebody else in the family, somebody else living in their household, right, doesn't really care about that. And so when they use the items, they put them back, not facing forward, they just put them back in whatever way, whatever order they want. And so that may cause you to get upset. Right? When you go and open the fridge, you see everything is disorganized. You had taken your time to organize everything, and now everything is disorganized, and you might yell at the top of your lungs, "Who did this again?" Right? Who did this again? Who? Right? And you might add, because it's again, you might add "it was you, wasn't it?" Right? To the person that has already confessed that they've done it in the past, you go to that person. "It was you, wasn't it? I know it was you. I know it was you. I know it was you." Right? And I don't know how many of you experienced that, something like that, right? It might look differently in each of our houses, but it definitely is going to lead into an argument. This might lead into offending someone, right? Or it can lead to physically pushing and shoving, a little bit of a physical altercation there. It can lead to staying upset with somebody for quite some time. The question then becomes, could this situation have been avoided? Along with quarrels, it could also be pride. Pride can also lead us to having these disagreements, arguments, fighting, that kind of thing. Pride is something that I don't want to admit. I don't want to admit that I was wrong. Right? Or to the famous lines, "I know I'm right." So why do I have to, agree with them when I know I'm right? With him, with her, I know I'm right. Do those words sound familiar? Right? Does that sound familiar? Is it you? Is it you? Even acknowledging this about yourself is tough to do. It's not easy to say, "Yeah, that's me," right? You might say, "Yeah, that's me," but you might also be saying, "No, it's others, it's the others," right? Because it, right? To be proven wrong, somebody proves you wrong, It just doesn't feel good. It doesn't make you feel good, right? You might even say it makes you look bad because you have been right all this time, and now somebody's proving you wrong, and it looks bad on your image. It looks bad on you. You know, again, pride, right versus wrong, right, will destroy relationships and will definitely lead to quarrels, to the getting upset at each other and all that. Proverbs 13:10 says, "Pride leads to conflict. Those who take advice are wise." So pride leads to conflict. It definitely leads to conflict. But if you take the advice, then you are wise. We talked about living at peace with others in the previous video called Peace. If you missed that, you might want to go ahead and look for that. Living at peace with others is not an easy thing to do, right? It's not an easy thing to do. It's already difficult with another human being. I don't know how many are living with you. 3, 5, more than 5, right? It's not easy. Sometimes we do have to come down from that high horse or the pedestal that we're on, right? We have to come down from there. It's okay to not always be right. It's okay to not always be right. It's a good thing to be and to show humbleness, right? To humble ourselves, to allow others to shine. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We don't always have to be right. And I think that is something that is not easy to do, especially if you have been or are very prideful. And I have to, whatever I say goes. I'm always right. No, what do they know? I know what I'm doing. It's difficult. It's difficult. But if we start to breathe, let that go, just have in mind, it's okay. I could go with somebody else's idea this time around. Yeah, let's try it. Let's try doing what you've stated, right? Being humble, right? Start doing a little bit at a time. Maybe we will get there, right? Going back to the fridge, the example of the fridge. Could the argument about the fridge and the labels not facing forward, could that have been avoided? Yes. Right? Maybe you're not going to like that the packages or whatever you have in there in your fridge are not facing out. But maybe you can just breathe and simply just turn them back. Just turn them back on your own. Right? Is fighting or arguing about that really worth it? Every time you get into an argument about the labels not being faced out, about something not being picked up, is it worth it? And we can go into another discussion about, well, they should be doing these things. These are good practices. Again, everybody's different. God has created us all different, and we are going to struggle. And that's part of life, right? But is it worth the quarreling? Are we gaining ground? Are they changing because we're always in fighting or arguments like that? Is that person changing, or is there a new strategy, a different strategy that must be used? Right? Is being mad at each other worth it? Right? And what about pride? What can we say about pride? Isn't it better for others to see the humbleness in us than for them to see the pride in us? So there is some thinking that we have to be doing, right? And with this I will end. James 4:1 says, What is causing the quarrels and fights among you? Don't they come from the evil desires at war within you? We gotta look to do what is right, what is good, right? What is humble. It's not gonna be easy, but if you want your relationships to get better, if you want things to change, right, then we gotta do something different. And maybe humbleness, right, to avoid those quarrels with a gentle answer might work better than the quarrels, right? So think about that, and God bless you. I'll see you in the next video.